Skippy is recalling nearly 10,000 cases of peanut butter because they could contain small pieces of stainless steel.
If your peanut snack says natural or protein-packed, you might want to pause. Today we're exposing 8 popular peanut snacks that look healthy on the shelf but lean on added sugars, artificial flavors, and those sketchy hydrogenated oils. You'll see how to spot the red flag words on the label in seconds, which traps cost you more for less nutrition, and the simple swaps that give you the peanut taste you want without the junk. By the end, you'll scan a snack aisle like a pro and keep both your health and your budget intact. What if the protein-packed peanut snack in your cart has as much added sugar as a dessert? Let's start with the con. Brands splash clean words up front to make you feel safe. Natural, protein, energy, balanced. Then the back panel tells you what you're actually buying. That whisper on the front gets loud on the ingredient list. And the truth is, if the sweeteners hit early, you're not getting a snack. You're getting candy with a gym membership. Now, the mismatch. You see natural and peanut and think simple. But the label reads like a chemistry warm-up, syrups, sweeteners, flavor chemicals. It is often built to taste like a peanut treat while sidestepping the messy reality of real nuts. Uneven texture, shorter shelf life, and a flavor that fades without help. Take peanut granola clusters that lean on high fructose corn syrup and natural flavors. Why is HFCS in a peanut product? It's cheaper than honey, sweeter than cane sugar, and it glues those clusters so they hold shape and crunch for months. That syrup also keeps moisture in check, so the product doesn't go stale as fast. Then natural flavors tag? That is a catch-all. It can be compounds that hint at peanut aroma or toasted notes, but it tells you nothing about the source or how much real peanut shows up in the bite. Next, candy-coated peanut bites sold as energy. They stack a sugar shell around a peanut core, then slip in palm kernel oil to harden the coating and keep it snappy in warm aisles. You get protein in the middle wrapped in a jacket of sugar and saturated fat. The oil is there for structure and sheen, not for your benefit. Eat a handful and the shell dominates.
They're both home brands, so some of the most popular peanut butters around. The Coles smooth and crunchy variants in the 1 kilo packets are both being recalled. The fear is a biotoxin contamination of alpha toxin, which is a type of fungus found on crops.
The peanut plays backup. Then you have flavored peanut butter-filled wafers. Sounds fun, but look at the build. Wafer sheets, creams, coatings. Multiple layers of flour, sugar, oils, stabilizers. The filling often has little actual peanut butter and plenty of emulsifiers to fake body and spread. You end up with an ultra-processed stack where the peanut shows up more in the name than in the formula. If you see 3 or more emulsifiers and peanut halfway down the list, that's your sign. Those PB dessert bars that shout fiber or 12G protein. Scan for the sweet trio, invert sugar, corn syrup solids, and glycerin. Invert sugar brings fast sweetness and keeps bars soft. Corn syrup solids add bulk without a strong taste. Glycerin acts as a humectant, holding water so the bar stays chewy and shelf-stable. Together, they make a bar that chews like candy and hangs around in the warehouse longer than real food wants to. Here's the research-backed piece without the lab coat. Added sugar makes things taste better right away and reduces staleness. It is a cheap way to hit bliss points and keep texture. Natural flavors is a legal label term, not a promise of whole food. It's a bucket for flavor compounds that mimic the notes you expect. When companies need peanut taste but cut real peanut load or roast quality, they lean on those flavors to fill the gap. So do a quick tree-off. If sugar, syrup, or a sweetener lands in the first 3 ingredients, call it what it is, dessert. If peanut drifts down the list, you're buying a vibe, not a nut. The real kicker is simple. Health halo words mean nothing. The ingredient list and the order of those ingredients is the truth. Now let's follow the oil trail, because that creamy finish you love might not be coming from peanuts at all. Your creamy peanut fix might get that texture from industrial oils, not peanuts. That gloss that never quits, the jar that never separates, the spread that glides like frosting. There's a reason it behaves like that, and it is not magic. It is formulation. Let's start with stabilizers. Real peanut butter wants to separate because peanut oil floats. When you see a jar stay silky for months, something is holding that oil in place. Makers add oil blends and emulsifiers so fat and solids stay married. That keeps the look tidy on shelf and saves you the stir. It also pads profit because cheap oils stretch the peanut base.
Well, you might want to stand by to check your pantry and refrigerator. More items are being recalled due to the Jif peanut butter issue.
Now the oil maze. Hydrogenated, fully hydrogenated, partially hydrogenated, and the newer interesterified. Simple read. Hydrogenation changes liquid oil into a firmer fat. Partially hydrogenated made trans fat, the kind linked with heart risk, and regulators pushed it out. Fully hydrogenated forms a hard fat with little trans. Then they mix it back with other oils to make a spreadable blend. Interesterified swaps the fat pieces around to act like a solid shortening. Different paths, same goal: stability, snap, and long shelf life. Here's the kicker. Partially hydrogenated is off the market, but you still see hydrogenated palm oil, hydrogenated soybean oil, or interesterified palm blends in peanut snacks. They deliver structure and keep coatings crisp even in summer. The label might say no trans fat and still rely on these industrial fats to hold shape and gloss. The texture you love is engineered. And that 0G trans fat badge? It has a rounding trick. Labels round down per serving. If a serving is small and each one contains a trace, it can print as 0. Shrink the serving, hide more. Stretch the serving count, make the math look clean. If you eat more than that stage portion, those traces add up. The front sells comfort. The back shows the numbers game. Watch how this plays out in spreads. Some peanut butter spreads blend sugar with hydrogenated vegetable oil, salt, and natural flavor to mimic the roast you expect. You lose real peanut oil and gain a stable, sweet, uniform paste. It spreads easy, but the flavor is flatter and the fat profile shifts toward factory fat. That is a downgrade. Same story with peanut snack cakes and filled cookies. The creamy center often runs on shortening, plus artificial flavors to fake a warm roasted note. The cake stays moist for weeks because the fats are stiff and the flavors are lab stable. Bite in, and you get a whiff of peanut that feels big, but the real nut count can be low. Aroma plays lead. Peanut takes the chorus. Why swap real roast for add-on flavors? Cost, consistency, and control. Roasting peanuts well takes time and varies by crop. Flavorings deliver a steady, fresh roast smell even when the product sat in a warehouse. When brands lean on peanut flavor or natural flavor.
Initially, there were more than 45 types of peanut butter products recalled due to a potential salmonella contamination. Now there are more. The recalled items include fruit snack trays and celery snack cups that contain Jif peanut butter.
It often means they cut back on actual peanuts or used a lighter roast and needed a boost. Do a fast red flag scan. The words to spot are hydrogenated, fully hydrogenated, interesterified, shortening, artificial flavor, and peanut flavor high up while peanuts slides down. One or two of those, and you know what kind of fat and flavor you're buying. Safer swaps are simple. Grab jars that read peanuts, salt. Dry roasted peanuts with simple seasonings are solid. If you want spice or sweet, pick products that use real spices, a touch of sugar or honey, and oils you recognize, not engineered blends. Up next, the bill you pay, on your wallet and your health, when the label leans on cheap oil and flavor tricks. The real peanut taste you want comes from peanuts, not syrups, shortenings, or lab-made flavor. Your label scan is the lie detector. Read the first 3 ingredients and you'll know what you're paying for. If this gave you something to chew on, hit like, subscribe, and drop the worst peanut label you've seen in the comments. We'll dissect it next and show you where the tricks hide. Spend on peanuts, not cheap sugar and oil. Your wallet feels it at checkout. Your body feels it later. Pick jars that say peanuts and salt. Keep it simple, keep it honest, and let the nut do the talking.
Consumer alert this morning involving the Jif peanut butter recall. More products are being added to the voluntary recall as officials investigate a salmonella outbreak. They include fruit snack trays and celery snack cups with peanut butter. Initially, there were more than 45 types of products recalled.